The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Wicked Weed studio. It is Wednesday morning, day 3 of Mock Draft Mania here in the Sportsocracy. WickedWeedBrewing.com. Check out our friends at WickedWeedBrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing, drink different. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. And today is, like I said, day 3 of Mock Draft Mania. We're doing an IDP league today. IDPs are a whole lot of fun. To me, IDPs kind of just raise the game. It actually just mitigates my chance to fuck up the draft.
Yep.
Because I feel like I'm pretty good at the defensive players. I like the IDP, the added strategy of it. We're going to be doing the live mock draft here via Sleeper. Get the Sleeper app today. It's absolutely free. You can sign up, and there's a big old community of fantasy football people on Sleeper that you can get into great conversations, and they have every tool that you could ever want for rankings, for mock drafting, for actual drafting. I'm in about 6 Sleeper leagues already this year, and I'm sure that is going to go up to more as we continue through here.
I'm new to IDP. Not new to it. I just didn't like it for the longest period of time. Now I've learned to like it because I hate defenses and I hate kickers, and this gives me a reason to not have either one in fantasy leagues.
Right. If you want to get in on the mock draft, just click the link in the comment section of this video, and we'll get rolling once it is all full. We got 3 spots open, so jump on in there before we get rolling with the IDP mock draft for this year and our draft strategies and such. You want to talk about Simone Biles?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. You don't.
Nope. I think Clay Travis and Darren Ravel did enough of that. I'm good.
I still just find it unfathomable that you are completely out on the Summer Olympics of 2021 going on in Tokyo. I am locked in like crazy. Katie Ledecky winning the 1,500-meter freestyle was the highlight of the night last night.
You know what the highlight of my night was?
What was that?
Firehouse subs. Highlight of my night.
See, you need more enjoyment in your life.
Nope, got a lot. Got a lot of enjoyment.
And after actually getting to watch the gymnastics team competition, I just feel like all of the talk yesterday was all about Simone Biles and her dropping out of the competition. Oh, well, that's a huge deal. I do feel like we need to give it up for the other ladies on the U.S. gymnastics team for stepping up and nailing it. Jordan Childs filled in on 2 of the events and was absolutely perfect. The rest of that team won the silver. It was like Brian Haynes said yesterday. Everybody's focusing on the U.S. losing the gold medal. No, the other girls on the team claimed the silver medal. And I feel like we just need to shout them out for that. The Team USA men's basketball got a win last night. Beat
Iran. Name me a player on that team. I'll wait. Hassan Haddadi. Haddadi.
He's the only guy on the Iran team that has played in the NBA. And, I mean, it's great to see U.S. back on top, getting a win. But it's going to get harder from here.
It's you beat the worst team that actually qualified.
Right.
And you beat them by 60. Tremendous.
But it's a whole lot of, you're going to see a whole lot of talk about how, Team USA finally put something together last night. They were able to play team basketball, and they were able to assist on 87% of their baskets, something that does not really happen in the NBA. And they've taken this new team mentality of playing defense and forcing 23 turnovers. Yeah, again, you were playing Iran. Let's pull back on the reins on this whole, it's nothing but the gold now. It's still an uphill climb for USA basketball. They'll play again on Saturday against the Czech Republic, which I would imagine that they would win that game as well. But again, as we have found, nothing is a given. I don't even know who's playing for the Czech Republic team. But anyway, that's the next game for USA basketball coming up coming up on Saturday. We will have Mock Draft Mania bleeding over into the ESPN Asheville show this afternoon, as we will have Jeremy's final NBA mock draft as the NBA draft comes up Thursday night, or tomorrow night, I guess I should say. And we will be live for the NBA draft here in the studio, hanging out, drinking some Wicked Weed beers, and watching the events unfold in the NBA along with you. So be sure to mark your calendars for that and join us for the NBA draft.
I keep getting told there's no link. I posted in comments 3 times. I mean, I can't tell you what's happening on other people's shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on my personal, so I can see it. Can you see it?
Let me see if I can paste the link in here.
Are you going to pin a comment?
Pin a comment? What is that?
Why did I in any way think that was going to go any way than the way it did?
Are we pinning comments now? I'm not sure how that exactly works.
You just sit over there.
You just sit over there and look pretty.
Hold on, let's just help that. There we go, and we're good.
What? Hang on.
So
I'm efforting here.
People are saying I can't see the link. I keep commenting it. I don't know what to do. I don't know how else to do this. Well, this is an interesting little development that I don't know how else to do this. It's worked every other day.
Let's see. I just posted one that's showing up on my screen. We'll see if it populates.
All right, I'll see if yours showed up.
Yeah. And maybe YouTube does link the post, or may hide the links to things.
Anyhow. Oh, there's a way around that. Oh, stand by.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fix the description.
Yeah. Listen here, YouTube. You're just a damn computer, which means I'm smarter than you.
Right.
And I will beat you. You talk. I'll fix this. Give me 30 seconds.
Anyhow, we've had, of course, big news in the NFL with Aaron Rodgers reporting to training camp. The Green Bay Packers have now decided that they are. You going to leave the baby on my face all day?
Yeah, that's kind of playing on it.
I feel like maybe I need to move over here.
No,
the Green Bay Packers bringing back Aaron Rodgers. Brian Gutekunst had a press conference this morning before training camp opened up for practice and said that the final wording is not done on Aaron Rodgers' deal just yet, but basically that he's going to get everything he wants. He said that he feels like, everything he has given to this organization, he has earned the right to have his situation evaluated year after year after year. Like, okay, so basically what you're saying is you made him shut up for this season, and we're going to go down this bout. We're going to go around and around with this bout next season. Yesterday on the ESPN Asheville show, Brian Haynes said that he thinks that there's a very good shot that Aaron Rodgers will play in Green Bay past this season, and I think he's drunk.
I don't. I tend to agree with him.
To me, the only path for Aaron Rodgers to stay in Green Bay is for them to win a Super Bowl. If they don't win the Super Bowl,
I think that would make it less likely.
You think he'd be more likely to move on after he wins the Super Bowl?
Why? If you win a Super Bowl, why would you move on? Everybody's hunky-dunky then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only way he stays in Green Bay is if they win the Super Bowl.
I think if they get back to an NFC Championship game, we'll just find a way. He got what he wanted. If he wants to leave, he can. I don't think he's going to want to.
Yeah.
And if you had told me, 6 months ago that you could satiate Aaron Rodgers by trading for Randall Cobb?
Yes, Randall Cobb, fully expecting to be traded to the Green Bay Packers. Don't know what the Packers are going to give up for that. Is it
what can they give up? 2 hook and ladder sandwiches from Firehouse Subs.
No, they'll give up, what, a 6th-round draft pick? 5th-round draft pick, maybe?
Maybe.
A 5th sounds high to me, but there again, a lot of things sound high to me.
All right, now, if you want in, refresh this page, and it will appear under the description.
There you go.
And all you have to do is click it. I can now see it. Patrick Holt was right. Apparently, YouTube blocks off links and comments.
Interesting.
And I was today years old when I learned that.
Yep.
So
it is what it is.
It didn't on Monday. Maybe it was like, hey, Dumbass has 14 computers in front of him. Maybe we should just let him have this one.
You learn something new every day. I always say if you're not learning something, you might as well be dead.
There we go. It got fixed in some shape, form, fashion because Jason Trump got in. All right, we got 2 spots left.
Excellent. 2 spots
We got 1 spot left.
To fill the 12.
We're almost there.
Oh, 1 spot remaining for the Sportsocracy IDP mock draft on Sleeper. Click the link in the description of the video, and we will get this thing ready and rolling.
1 spot left. I'm sitting here looking at the one random spot, and I'm going to piss everybody off as soon as it gets claimed because I'm going to literally regenerate the draft order.
Randall Cobb, to me, though, he just became fantasy relevant.
100%.
He was not fantasy relevant before when he was in Houston. Now that he goes back to Green Bay, he is fantasy relevant once again. Now, how relevant is also up for debate. Just don't go crazy with it. I mean, he should be your 6th best wide receiver on your team.
No.
If I'm drafting, he's probably going to be my 4th best wide receiver on my team.
You'll take a couple kickers over him.
But Randall Cobb becomes fantasy relevant with this move. I just saw where Alan Lazard also has signed his tender, so he's all set to go.
The Lazard King.
Yeah, signing his tender. You want to put a tender joke in there? You said you were going to squeeze one in today.
Yeah, I mean, we're more hopeful that somebody's going to take this 12th slot in our IDP draft than P.J. Washington on tender.
There you go.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. Herman Edwards really needs to teach that rookie symposium forever.
Yeah, every
Any
year.
woman that wrote a book about sleeping with professional athletes, you probably shouldn't think you're going to wife her up. Just throwing that out there. Didn't work for Drake. Didn't work for Little Uzi Vert. Didn't work for Ben Simmons. Didn't work for Jamon. It's just don't, Grandpa. It's not the Kentucky Headhunters, so you wouldn't know who the fuck it is.
Little Lamsey Divey. I don't know. I don't know who that is.
God almighty. I spend my mornings with a geriatric.
I have really never heard it. Did you say Little Uzi Vert?
Little Uzi Vert, yes. He's a rapper. That's all you need to know. We just need one person. We need a 12th person to join this draft. That's all I need. That's all I need in life. I just need a 12th. I could give her ass who it is.
Xavier Howard says he wants to be traded from the Miami Dolphins. Shocker of shockers. We went all offseason with Xavier Howard talking about how he's being disrespected and he's not being paid more than Byron Jones. He had 10 interceptions last year. I feel like he's got a little bit of a case. I don't know why you would want to be traded from the Miami Dolphins, though. I mean,
he wants to be the highest paid player on his team.
I get it.
The highest paid player at his position on his team.
I guess, it's different strokes for different folks, but to me, I would much rather be on a team that I think is competitive rather than being shipped off to the team who could pay me the most. But
I get it. You bring in Byron Jones and you're paying him as the best corner on the team, and yet I have to do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
I could understand why that would piss you off. And I think it was Robert Johnson posted on one of our things on Twitter. I want to see him go to the Cardinals. If you think I'm drunk on the Cardinals right now, let Xavier Howard wind up with Zaven Collins on the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, God.
And it will get insufferable in a hurry.
It will definitely be the best team in the NFC.
All right, I have said this as many times as I'm going to. We're going to just go ahead and start the draft with 11.
All right.
12th spot will be the spot that we can make fun of.
Okay.
Draft order randomize.
Oh, I got 5. I like that better than where I was.
I got 11, which I'm fine with. And here we go.
Kevin Vick. So we're kicking off the Sportsocracy IDP draft. Kevin Vick up first. The Kentucky Waterfalls. Nice changing on the name there.
And the logo. The logo looks strikingly like me.
Christian McCaffrey goes number 1 to Kevin Vick, the Carolina Panthers fan. Who's shocked?
I'm going to be honest with you, in an IDP, your whole strategy should not change that much.
No, the later rounds is when you start going with IDPs. The later rounds, first you got to fill out the offense. You got to make sure you have just a hammer offense, and then worry about the IDPs. Damn, there went Travis Kelce at number 3.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you, it's
Travis
catching on.
Kelce, no matter what.
It's a fucking movement. It is a movement. We are here. We are pissed off, and we're not going to do this Logan Thomas, Robert Tonyan crap anymore.
Nice. Zach Ertz is on the clock with the 4th pick. Dalvin Cook went 2. Alvin Kamara comes off, and yeah, that gives me the ability to go Derrick Henry. It's a solid way to start a draft. I like getting a guy who ran for 2,000 yards last year.
Yeah, we're off to a doozy of a start here. I do love how there's one running back disrespected in every one of these drafts we do.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley.
Every freaking time.
Saquon Barkley.
This time it's Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, okay.
You disrespected your little boyfriend, Jonathan Taylor, and I don't understand it even a little bit.
Because Derrick Henry is better than Jonathan Taylor?
I believe Adam Harris right here at 6 will happily take him, and
I'm sure he will.
Should.
I'm sure he will.
Yep.
Shocker. Had Zach Ertz taken Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor would have been my next pick. Something about Alvin Kamara that I'm iffy on this year.
It shouldn't be.
I understand that, but if I'm picking at the top of the draft, I want more of what I think is a sure thing. Alvin Kamara, the quarterback situation there, I don't like it, and if it ends up being Taysom Hill, I don't like Alvin Kamara as much. I mean, he's obviously still one of the best 6 running backs in the league.
Yeah, secret time, I like Alvin Kamara better with Taysom Hill than I do with Jameis Winston.
Maybe
he'll be asked to do
for his ground
more.
game, but not for the passing game.
Adam Harris asked depends on what the scoring system is. All right, so here's the scoring system for our IDP. Solo tackles are a point.
Okay.
Assisted tackles are half a point. Tackle for loss, half a point. Sacks are 2, interceptions are 3. Pass defended is 1. Forced fumble is 1. Forced fumble recovery is another 1. Safeties are 2, block kicks are 2, and all touchdowns, as always, are 6. So, in my opinion, that does not really change anything about your strategy.
Right.
You should go in doing practically the same thing. It's my pick.
The one thing I've always had a problem with IDP leagues, though, is that I think the scoring should be a little bit more dynamic. Like, if I'm setting up a league, I want sacks to count for much more than tackles. I want fumble recoveries, especially, to count for more than 1 point. To me, if you get the ball for your team, that should be worth more than a tackle. That should be at least 3 or 4 points.
Yeah, still defense.
To get a turnover.
You're that same guy that thinks, if a kicker hits a 50-yarder, he should be worth 5 points.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you get extra points for distance.
No.
Mm-hmm. Everything is 3 until you get beyond 40 yards. 40 yards, you get 4 points. 50 yards and more, you get 5 points.
Well, this didn't go the way I wanted it to.
Oh, no. Well, your little boyfriend, Najee Harris, is off the board. Is that what you're so upset about?
No, I'm having to go both freaking Packers. Damn it. Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones. That is not how I wanted to start this draft.
Well, that's exactly how I started my draft yesterday. Let's see how you turn this around.
I will bet. I will just go on a limb and say I do a better job than you.
You think so? You think you're going to be a better drafter than I am?
Yeah, I'm going to bet that I don't take Cam Akers at any point.
Watch the clock, folks. Don't get eaten up by the clock.
Patrick Holt said spicy take linebackers and D linemen from the worst teams. You're not wrong.
Yeah. People focus too much on defensive linemen. When you get because people focus on the names. They focus on the names more than anything, and they see Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett and I'll throw Shaq Barrett into that, and they go, "Ooh, these are the guys that I have to have in IDP." That's not necessarily true. There's not a great drop-off from the top defensive lineman last year to number 20. I think it's a difference of like 25 points between the number 1 defensive lineman and the number 24 defensive lineman from last year. Linebackers is where it's at, especially if you're getting a full point per tackle. I saw one article this morning that was talking about, I believe that a neutral scoring system is 1.5 and to 2 points per tackle.
Yeah, that's
and I thought,
bullshit.
That's way too much.
Yeah,
but the linebackers are where it's at. Oh, it's my turn, and it's 13 seconds to go. Thanks for the warning, Dick.
Do you want me to hold your hand? Would you like me to pick your player for you?
When I'm in the middle of trying to explain things and it comes my turn, give me a little shout. And say, hey.
Bet $1 to oh, wow. I was about to say, I bet I know Zach Ertz about to take, and I would have been incorrect.
Do you think he was going with Dak?
Nope. I thought he was going to go Antonio Gibson, who I can't believe is still on the board at the turn.
In the second round.
If Kevin Vick doesn't take him, I'm going to yell obscenities. Kevin Vick, without a doubt, won our draft yesterday.
Yes.
Almost beyond a shadow of a doubt, he won yesterday. So there's the board on the screen. You've got Vick that started McCaffrey, Mixon. JLT money went Dalvin Cook, Stephon Diggs. I would really like to know who's Hot Zach's mom is, because that's one of my favorite names I've ever seen. It goes Kelsey, Kyler Murray. I'll be honest with you, that's high on Kyler Murray for me, but if Antonio Gibson slides back to him, that's a hell of a start.
Yeah. Well, Kentucky Waterfall's got 20 seconds left on the clock. Rolling down the duos so far. Alvin Kamara, J.K. Dobbins for Zach Ertz. I took Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown. I feel like that's a great start, and there goes Antonio Gibson. Oh, okay. Kevin Vick goes with Darren Waller as his third.
I'm not against
it's a great
that.
option.
A lot of people seem to just assume George Kittle is the 3, and I understand why you would go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I could see a path where Darren Waller is the number 2 tight end in fantasy football this year. I see a path where he's the 1. It's harder to see for me, but I can see it. Tank can't do 2 things at one time.
No,
I've learned
I can't.
this unequically.
Sorry, it's
one of
coming
these
up on
days.
my turn.
I want to see. I want to put him in the chair that I've been in for the last 2 days and see if it catches on fire.
I'm not
because I think it would.
I don't want to pull my screen back up and have 13 seconds to make my pick again, like I did last time. Because of course, the 4 guys that were on my pick next list went directly in the 4 picks in front of me: Darren Waller, Antonio Gibson, Josh Jacobs, Greg Kittle.
Greg Kittle?
I have called him that since the fucking first year he's been in the league. Do you remember that?
Greg Kittle, he's a hell of a roofer.
Do you remember that? I drafted him in Zach's Dynasty League, I think. And I drafted Greg Kittle.
I always maintained we should have forced you to actually have Greg Kittle.
Yes.
He's a roofer.
He's like I think he was a pitcher for the Texas Rangers in
HVAC
1987.
contractor in Waynesville, North Carolina.
DeAndre Hopkins, that was my second choice at wide receiver. Then C.D. Lamb comes off to Adam Harris, who's now started out with Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler, and C.D. Lamb. C.D. Lamb, you're convinced, is the number 1.
Without a doubt.
In
Number 1 with
Dallas.
a bullet. With a bullet.
I just don't know that he's. Is he a guy that he commands the attention of Dak Prescott on every play?
Yes. He's the most talented receiver on the team. It's not even close. CeeDee Lamb's one of those guys that I'm dying on the shield with this year.
Okay.
I'm really curious to see who your second running back's going to be.
My second running back?
You started 2 wide receivers, and I absolutely hate the way those builds go.
Well, the value was there for me with wide receiver. I didn't believe that DeAndre Hopkins would still be available for me. And like I said, the tight ends and the running backs that I wanted came off the board first. So you just got to kind of play it as the draft hands it to you.
I'm right here at the turn of 3, and I'll be taking Miles Sanders, and I'll do it with a big old damn smile on my face.
Yes, you will.
And for me, there are 3 wide receivers I'd be okay with in the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's take Miles Sanders. Hope someone and whoever comes back to me, I'll be fine with. You'll have to tell me who's going at 12 because for whatever reason my screen's got. Oh wait a minute.
No, we got Terry McLaurin.
Never mind. I hit a button.
Is that Michael Whiteside?
I'm having to control one computer that's way across the room, and I'm having to control the one in front of me at the same time.
Flo Montana's Michael Whiteside, right?
Correct.
Okay. So he took Terry McLaurin and Chris Godwin, and now it's back to you.
Yep. I'm going to start my team. Devontae Adams and Calvin Ridley, Aaron Jones and Miles Sanders. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I will. I think I'll be just fine with that. Zach Hurst said I'm turning into a Cowboys fan. That's not true. But I do like CeeDee Lamb a lot. By the way, if you're curious what tomorrow's draft will be, it will be an auction. Tomorrow's draft is going to go for a very long time. We'll also be doing the NBA draft live from here tomorrow night.
Yes.
Hot fiance Amy will be here with us. Anybody else that wants to join in, just come drink beers, enjoy yourself for the NBA draft. You know the door is open.
Yep.
So if you would like to join us for the NBA draft tomorrow night, send us a message. We will tell you how to get to the Fortress of Solitude, which you could also discover by typing it into Google.
Ooh, we're going to move all this back and bring the recliners in here?
Oh,
I think we should do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Set up the recliner. We've got 4 recliners in here.
We have theater seating. They're for
awesome.
Football season this year, doing watch parties and shit like that. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to watch our reactions to Red Zone. And I will give you live betting picks every Saturday and Sunday.
All right, so Kareem Hunt is my second running back.
Oh, by the way, you know what? We got a few of the people in this draft in the comments. So let's. The Manscaped draft will be this weekend. Anybody that can physically make it, it will be held at the Social in East Asheville. It will also be recorded because it will be the Monday show. Wah. It's going to be one great big walking advertisement for Manscaped.
Excellent. I like it. That's a great plan. I had not heard that plan until just now.
Well, you had. You just weren't listening like you usually are.
Stop that.
I literally said this to you not 20 fucking minutes ago. The guys in the group chat can literally attest to that because I said it to them as I said it to you.
Oh, that you were going to record the draft and play it on Monday? No, none of that. None of that registered with me.
Stunner.
Mike Evans, Chris Carson, DJ Moore, and Chase Claypool. Julio Jones is now the second wide receiver for Kevin Vick's team.
Through 4 rounds, is there any team that jumps out to you? Because there is certainly one that jumps out to me.
As the best?
The best so far.
I mean, I really like Adams' team.
Adams is
with
good.
Jonathan
but that's not the one
Taylor,
I was
Austin
looking at.
Eckler, CeeDee Lamb.
I mean, other than mine.
Keenan Allen.
There's an old hat there, but Zach Hurst is the one I'm looking at.
Oh, yeah.
Kamara and Dobbins with Kittle and Mike Evans. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you checked off every box that you could possibly have wanted to. And you're coming on the clock now with just a ton up there.
Dak Prescott time? Nope.
No,
I was
it was
wrong.
Amari Cooper.
I had the wrong
That was the guy I was
Cowboy.
in there looking at going, he should not still be here.
I had the wrong Cowboy.
Like a rhinestone cowboy. Betty boot.
All right.
Tank can't draft and talk at the same time.
I can't. I gotta make my decision.
Can you walk and chew gum at the same time?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Good to know.
I mean, I trip every now and then, but I trip when I'm not chewing gum too.
Adam Harris asked if all spots in the Manscaped League were filled. They are, but I can make a spot for you. We can add 2 teams, so that would actually open up another spot.
Okay. So 14-team league.
Especially since it's this weekend, yes, we can open up a spot for Adam Harris if he would like it.
Definitely cool. Now comes a little run on tight ends. T.J. Hawkinson, Mark Andrews in the 5th round.
Tank, there's a question in the comments. Do you just love drafting backup running backs, or does it just so happen to be?
Backup running backs.
You've got 2. You have 3 running backs. Both of them are backups.
Uh-huh.
I'll just make sure. Seems like a hell of a strategy, guy.
I'm not afraid of Travis Etienne in Jacksonville. I think James Robinson's still going to get his. Kareem Hunt has standalone value. And I got hammer wide receivers with my earlier picks. What?
I'm not doubting you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm disagreeing with you. I'm just doing it very quietly.
Well, it doesn't really play into the whole, YouTube show thing. Mm-hmm. You need to not quietly disagree with me.
I'm supposed to have a poppy seed in my teeth. It's about to drive me crazy.
T. Higgins, Noah Fant, Deontay Johnson, and Adam Thielen. Again, Deontay Johnson is a guy that I think people have started to come around on.
As well they should.
In all of the mock drafts I've seen in the last week or so, feels like Deontay Johnson's ADP has gone up about 10 to 12 spots, which is not wrong. I think there's a lot of value there. He's going to get a lot of touches. And now we have Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson. You just took, who'd you take? Deontay Johnson and Russell Wilson.
I
should have known that was you.
Yeah, you should have. Fire. Just throwing fire. You should have known it was me.
Javonte Williams comes off the team 10. Now the computers team is Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Swift, Michael Thomas, Noah Fant, and Javonte Williams.
Is that team any good?
No. Chase Edmonds goes to Patrick Holt. Cooper Kupp taken by Carolina guy 81. Who's that? Do you know who that is?
I don't.
Myles Gaskin to Robert Johnson. Adams back on the clock, and then I am up after that.
I'm just going to do this to awkwardly make you sit there in silence since you can't talk and do this at the same time.
I can't. I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what the thing is with Aaron Rodgers this year, especially after he's already reported to camp now. Aaron Rodgers threw, 48 touchdown passes last year? You expect he's not going to come out with the same fire of 1,000 suns that he had? To me, Deshaun Watson going before Aaron Rodgers was not the good move.
Oh, yeah. Deshaun Watson's a better fantasy quarterback. Oh, Adam Black's Carolina guy, 81.
Okay, Adam Black. Good to know.
That's commitment. He's driving and drafting.
I was gonna say, I thought he wasn't gonna be here today, and that's why we weren't doing the auction today.
Yeah, he's driving and drafting. That is commitment.
Because he's going to Panthers camp?
He's coming back from Panthers camp.
Coming back from Panthers camp. Damn, he's already been there.
One of the reasons that I don't do camps is because it's really early. Like, you have to drive down there so early. And I'm not a morning person. Like, by the time you see me on camera, I've been up for 3 hours. And I'm still pissy. Mm-hmm. And I've had this damn thing full of coffee once already. And I'm still pissy. Tank must be drafting again. He can't
Nobody's
talk.
shocked by that. Nobody's shocked by that.
Michael Whiteside said he's working, driving, and drafting.
I was wondering. Nice. I was wondering who it was going to be, the first one to go with the defensive player.
Oh, do we have one of those?
Yep. Devin White goes at the end of the 6th round to Jason Trump.
It's a little early for me, but it's not. He's so markedly better than the vast majority of linebackers that I get it. Like I said, still high, but look at what's out there on the board.
Yeah.
If you're taking a running back right now, it's Ronald Jones.
I'm just glad you did that before I had to, and then I had to hear the bullshit that was going to come from him. Oh, you're just taking your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It's still going to when you take Shaq Barrett, and I know it's coming. So.
Maybe.
There's no maybe to it.
It depends on how far he falls.
If he falls 3 more picks, I won't be shocked if you take it. You shouldn't, but.
I'm not gonna. Darius Leonard.
Darius Leonard is fantastic in this format.
Here's the last 4 picks. T.J. Watt. We had Chase Young, Rondale Moore in the 7th round. That seems a little high to me.
It's high to me, yeah.
But I mean, if you got a feeling about a guy, go out and get your guy, I guess. And then Darius Leonard was the pick just before me. Now I am on the clock. Would you like to talk a little bit so I can make my pick?
So you can make your pick of Shaquille Barrett, who we all know you're going to take right here, in spite of the fact that you shouldn't.
Not going to happen. It's Roquan Smith.
God, all y'all taking defensive guys. Why? Why are you taking them this early?
This is about the time in an IDP where you have to start taking them. If you want to get the elite of the elite, you're going to have to start taking them in about the 7th round.
How many players scored over 200 points in IDP last year?
10?
23.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be just fine. And I have a safety, or I have a defensive back that I'll take that I don't really worry about anybody sniping me on.
You got high hopes for somebody this year.
I do.
Okay.
And he has the hottest wife in the NFL. If you follow me on Twitter, I guarantee you know who I'm talking about.
Now, here's the thing. I'm focused in on IDPs on the linebackers. The linebackers, to me, should be first. Like I was saying earlier, there's not a big point differential for defensive linemen from the top to the, your second option that's going to be on an IDP roster. The linebackers, however, they can hammer points for you. Last year it was Devin White was the number 1 fantasy guy last year. He had 140 tackles and 9 sacks. He's the only guy to get, that close to double-digit sacks who also had more than 100 tackles. He scored 265.5 points last year. Roquan Smith is right in that same area, 263 points. But your linebackers are going to be the ones that get you the most points. And there's a big drop-off, much more of a drop-off. It's about a 70-point drop-off from the number 1 guys in the linebacker spot down to the guys who are going to be, your second on your roster.
Oh, yeah. Zach Hurst has a good point. We hadn't talked about this yet.
Okay.
We have to have a moment of silence for the career of Blake Bortles.
Oh, did he retire? Or?
He got cut because Aaron Rodgers showed back up. And they went, hey, he sucks.
We no longer need you anymore.
Moment of silence for Blake Bortles.
Okay, Devontae Smith went to Adam at the 7-6 spot. Then we had Jerry Jeudy, Kenny Golladay, Jalen Waddle, Jamal Adams, who's,
he's doing stuff.
He might get paid.
Shit.
He may not. He might get paid. He might not. Shocker of shockers. Jeremy took Damian Harris. Then Trey Sermon, Odell Beckham were the picks at the turn into the 8th round. And now Flostradamus is back on the clock once again. DJ Shark.
The hate on him has now gotten to such a point that I'm going to have him damn near everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That team's going to be behind a lot, and he is still the best receiver on that team. I don't care if he pissed in Urban Meyer's desk. He's still the best receiver on that team.
Pissed in his desk.
I actually saw somebody take Laviska Shenault ahead of DJ Turk in the draft yesterday.
He's been going ahead of him a lot.
That's dumb. Stop. And I'm drunk on Laviska Shenault. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm. He's been going ahead of DJ in a lot of mock drafts that I have seen. Everybody gets so enamored with the sexy gadget guy. And then they forget that, DJ Shark is pretty damn good himself. After DJ Shark, we had Cortland Sutton, Juju Smith-Schuster, Ronald Jones, and Myles Garrett going to Robert Johnson at the 6th pick in the 8th round. Now it's Adam taking, I knew he was going to fucking do it. Every time. Adam, you.
Snakes you?
God, Raheem Mostert.
Oh.
I should have known. San Francisco 49er fan picking directly in front of me.
Well, somehow we lost Zach Hurst. Team 4 is no longer Z Hurst 24. and I have no idea how that could possibly happen.
I'm going to go with Michael Pittman. And then, Zach Hurst gets auto-drafted for Trevor Lawrence. Aaron Donald goes to Hot Zach's mom.
Trevor Lawrence at
Mm-hmm. The ADP on some of these is horrible. If you end up getting auto-drafted by some reason, you lose your connection, it's going to screw you, like it did me yesterday with Cam Akers. And the number on Trevor Lawrence is very high on all of these sites. it hasn't spurred me to do the common sense thing and set a queue just in case. But do you use the queue on when you're doing a draft?
Depends. Depends on what the draft is. And this one, no. But I also have a gigantic version of the draft board sitting right in front of me, so it's pretty easy for me to see when I'm coming up.
Right.
I don't do slow drafts. Glenn Hopper asked me about that yesterday. I don't do slow drafts.
No.
If you come to me and say, hey, and by the way, all of the best ball drafts that we're doing for charity coming up, we will have more information on that for you next week. We're trying to see. It's going to happen definitively. It's a question of, does it stay Asheville local, or does it spread out to from here to Charlotte and surrounding areas? Mm-hmm. And we'll know more about that, Tuesday next week? Well, no, Monday. We'll be able to tell you Tuesday.
Right. We've had A.J. Dillon, Michael Carter starting off the 9th round, Buda Baker.
Damn it!
Defensive backs, you got to hammer the safeties. The safeties are the ones that are going to get you the tackles. I've seen people, go over the moon trying to get guys like Marshawn Lattimore and Stephon Gilmore. In an IDP format, the cornerbacks are not the guys that are going to get you. You don't get points for shutting down half the field or forcing the quarterback to throw away from you.
Pass defense, that's about all. Pass defense and interceptions.
Right.
And the random tackle.
Right. The guy that everybody's going to overdraft this year, Xavier Howard. Because he had 10 interceptions last year, a lot of people are going to go, oh, I got to get him. He's a ball hawker. He is, and he's great. And he's great at what he does. But I mean, that was one of the best seasons we've seen in NFL history. It's not a repeatable thing, year to year. I think he's the one guy that you will see people just reach out to go grab him because of the interceptions, and it's a fool's errand. You want to focus more on steady, solid production, like Buda Baker, like I did with Jeremy Chin. Blake Martinez also went in the auto draft here. Dallas Goedert, or Go Dirt, as Jeremy likes to call him.
Dallas
Goes
Go
to Adam.
Dirt.
Patrick Queen, and then a run on defensive linemen. The Bosa's come off as well as Montez Sweat, and then Jordan Poyer, who was actually the number 2 guy in among defensive backs last year in fantasy football. That's a pretty good pick there at the end of the 9th round by Mr. Flostradamus.
Hi.
Micah Fitzpatrick.
That would be who I was talking about that has, without a doubt, the best-looking wife in the NFL, and she is a real fun follow on Twitter because she says shit that sounds like it came out of right here.
Micah Fitzpatrick went after that. Then Shaq Barrett goes to Flo Montana. And now Flostradamus is back up once again. Are you having troubles there?
No. I'm trying to decide between 2 guys. Yeah, I'm going to go that one. That team sucks.
Your team sucks?
No, that team. The Houston Texans.
The Houston Texans suck a lot.
My team never sucks.
But Zach Cunningham, again, he's in the middle of a bad defense, and he gets all of the tackles. Was it 100 and...
Zach Cunningham has a shitload of tackles, and that was on a team that was half-assed. This team is no-assed, so he might have 243 tackles.
No-assed.
And I have another linebacker that is a deep IDP sleeper that he'll probably be 2 rounds away from taking him.
Zach Cunningham had 164 tackles last year, putting him at the top of fantasy performers. Isaiah Simmons goes to Adam Black. That's a hell of a pick right there. I think Isaiah Simmons was one of those I was curious if anybody else was going to jump on him before I had the chance to. I think
the good can be very good. The problem is he was so lost for the vast majority of last year.
True, but now that he's got some more help on the defensive side of the ball, J.J. Watt's going to take some attention away. I think he's got the ability to really be a knockout piece for an IDP team. Now, I'm on the clock here, and I'm going to take another backup running back. Melvin Gordon.
God, can we just name your team backup running back?
Yeah. Go for it.
You don't have but one starting running back on your entire team.
That's not true. Melvin Gordon's the starter for now. James Robinson's going to be the starter for now. And Kareem Hunt, like I said, he has standalone value with Nick Chubb in that Cleveland Browns offense. You think Javonte Williams is going to be the guy? And
I think Melvin Gordon may,
thing.
honest to God, not be on that team.
It's kind of part of the point.
But you don't know where he's going.
Wherever
you want him to be with the Rams. He's going to be
the starter.
All right, let's say he goes to. Let's think of a shitty team here. Let's say he goes to the Houston Texans. They seem to really like making trades.
What are they going to do? Send Philip Lindsay back to him?
By the way,
like, we don't want this one. We wanted the other one.
By the way, do you realize that there have been? I can't remember I read the stat right before we went on here.
Yeah,
there have been like 12 trades in the last 4 months in the NFL. The Houston Texans have been involved in 5 of them. There's something just insane like that. I started thinking about wow, you just really like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Brian Burns, Bobby Wagner, Khalil Mack, and Marlon Humphrey goes to the Kentucky Waterfalls to finish out the 10th round. Now he started out the 11th round with Justin Fields. I still think that's a good pick, and I'm still concerned that there are people in the main media that actually believe that Andy Dalton is a part of the solution for the Chicago Bears. I don't think he should be. I think they should just roll with Justin Fields from day one.
I mean, that's what we've said. That's what we've said on the show forever.
Yeah. And then I love how everybody's calling it the smoke screen from Kyle Shanahan. After he said, Jimmy's my 1, Trey Lance is my 2. Do you think that's a smokescreen? Because I think he's telling the truth.
I don't think it's a smokescreen for now. Give it time.
Give it time.
Just give it time.
All right, I'm back up here. So.
It's quiet
Silence.
On the 18th fairway.
Silence.
Quiet on the 18th fairway.
He's going to make a bad decision. Which
bad
decision is he going to make? 11th round for Robert Tonyan. I like that a lot.
Yeah, this draft has officially become hashtag team no tight end. Took the quarterback, good at quarterback, don't have to worry about quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I've learned I'm either going to go 0 tight end or 0 quarterback in every draft that I do. I don't care if it's IDP. I don't care if it's auction. It doesn't matter. If I spend the capital on one, I'm not going to spend on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do kind of want to, in the auction tomorrow, of which we will be doing a live auction tomorrow, I do kind of want to go heavy on tight end, heavy on quarterback, and see what that leaves me.
So you would spend a bunch of your cap on 2 quarterbacks? Is that what you're saying?
No, tight end and quarterback.
Oh, so you want to spin big on,
and
that's what you said, quarterbacks and tight ends, and I went, why would you make
I go hard
more than one
I go hard in the paint on Mahomes and Kelsey.
Okay.
I have a feeling that will be the strategy you see me implement
tomorrow. So just duly done.
Oh, shit!
What?
Damn it. Devin Bush. I did not want that to happen. That makes me very sad.
Eric Kendricks, DeForest Buckner, Devin Bush. There goes Tom Brady. Patrick Holt. Come on, man. Why you do that to me? Is that Julius Peppers? Oh. Julius Peppers just came off the board. That's crazy.
Now we're officially to the point where I can take Laviska Shenault, and that's fine.
There you go.
In the 11th round, now I feel like I'm getting hellacious value on Laviska.
Let's see.
God, I have 2 Jaguars. I have 2 Packers. I don't like the way that lines up.
Defensive linemen are always fun to me, the way that the edge guys are considered defensive linemen as well, and linebacker. You can play them in the dual role, linebacker or defensive lineman. Those hybrid guys are the ones that I'm going to target on the defensive line, because they're the ones that are going to get the most. If it's not Aaron Donald, I don't like anybody else that lines up, with her hand in the dirt, I guess. Zaven Collins.
I don't hate that.
No, not at all. I think he's going to come in and he's going to immediately be a tackle monster for the Arizona Cardinals. It's kind of why I like Isaiah Simmons as well. I just think it frees him up to do so much with a stalwart guy like that in the middle. And I get that he's a rookie, but to me that doesn't really matter. Did you see the guy's stats at Tulsa? I mean, he had... How many was it? Was it 7 turnovers he forced at Tulsa?
It was a lot. He was a guy I really liked coming out.
Zaven Collins and Rashad Bateman, so a couple of rookies coming off there to Michael Whiteside at the turn to the start of the 12th round. Zach Moss, that's not a bad pick.
It's another one I feel pretty good about this late.
Yeah,
kind of hard not to.
It adds a little bit of depth there, and we've already said that we believe that he is the eventual starter, or I guess maybe the most valuable piece with the Buffalo Bills. I think that's like a 1A, 1B scenario, much like the New York Jets apparently are getting ready to go through with Michael Carter and Ty Johnson.
Michael Carter.
I mean, has Ty Johnson really gotten that much better? Or is it just because they're bereft?
It's the system. The system's part of it. System's part of it. And he wasn't bad. He was just on a team that never had the ability to run the ball. Mm-hmm. Ever. So none of those things helped.
None of those things helped. Well, there goes Darrell Henderson directly in front of me. So, you know.
God, Darrell Henderson was still on the board?
He was.
Jesus.
He must have been.
What did we all get drunk and forget about Darrell? How the hell did he last on 12
Apparently,
rounds?
Sleeper has not fixed their.
They did. We just did
rankings
on IDP. They haven't. This is a different format.
Aha.
Ooh, which makes me wonder who else have they not fixed?
Who else?
You just mind your own damn business over there for a minute.
He's out to find that diamond in the rough.
No, I mean, there's one out there. I promise you.
It is my go.
Hey, they have Peyton Hillis and LeGarrette Blount in here. And BenJarvus Green Ellis. And every one of them is ahead of James White.
Wait a minute, get the thing.
These rankings are drunker than hell. Darius Geis.
I went with Curtis.
Let's play a game of all the running backs who are no longer in the NFL that are in Sleeper.
I went with Curtis Samuel, and then auto-drafted right behind me. Antonio Winfield Jr. Or Antoine Winfield Jr.
On your team, got his name wrong.
Yeah.
All right, from here on out, I will not use the appropriate first name of any player I draft. I will call them something else.
Oh, gosh.
Jaquiz Rogers, Bilal Powell, Stephen Ridley.
These are guys.
Every one of them is in the Sleeper software.
Draftable. Nice.
Yeah. Dion Lewis. Napoleon Kaufman.
What the hell?
I made that one.
Okay.
There was a guy named Napoleon. I just made up which one it was because I don't know who that guy is. If Napoleon Kaufman was in here, yeah, we would have.
I turned the clock back to 1996.
I just want to know who put these in there. Like, yeah, this is right.
They probably just repopulated. Oh, Peyton Hillis is on here.
I said that one.
Did you?
Quite some time ago, actually.
I didn't hear that one. Continuing with a run of defensive players here. So we had Antoine Winfield, Tremaine Edmonds, Bradley Chubb, Brandon Cooks with the 12th pick of the 12th round. That's a hell of a value there for the Kentucky Waterfalls. Hassan Reddick goes to 13-1. I should have known that he was going to be in on that one. I was earmarking that one for later.
Yeah, the Armchair Commentary actually just said this. The problem with drafting with your audience is that they all already know where you're going.
This is very true.
Uh-huh. Especially when we're doing 5 of them in 1 week. And then we won't do another one for the rest of the year. It's the beauty of mock drafts. You just kill it for 1 week. It gives you automatic, guaranteed content in a week that we have a billion other things going on. And then next week we'll be, speaking of a billion things going on.
Yes.
Our More Than a Badge campaign kicks off on ESPN Radio today. I have Chief David Zach, Chief of the Asheville Police, in with us today. My hope is for 2 full hours. I offered that. We'll see if he takes us up on it.
I'm always down to talk to the chief. He's a very smart dude when it comes to sports
and everything else for that matter.
And pretty much everything else. It's nice to have the Asheville Police, the Asheville Chief of Police, on the speed dial. 13 pick 5 in the 13th round. I got Gus Edwards. I feel pretty good about that. Lots of value for me on there. Leonard Williams went just before me. Tyler Boyd. What's his name? Matthew? Tyrann Mathieu. Thank you. J.J. Watt.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear you were doing it on purpose.
I'm not doing it on purpose. I promise you. Deion Jones. Logan Thomas goes to Flostradamus. And now we are at the end of the 13th round. 19 rounds in total here. Filling out your rosters. What have you done as far as your defensive players? Jordan Poyer's it?
I have Jordan Poyer, Zach Cunningham. And I'm about to add another one in the next round. And a guy that I can't believe still on the board. Yep, and he's still on the board. And doop.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah. The thing about defensive linemen is when they're high-end sack guys, they are valuable, startable week in, week out pieces. There's not a lot of defensive linemen that you look at and go, yeah, that's great. Good, high-pressure defensive tackles are actually better than edge rushers. They get way more tackles. Not trying to tip off who my next pick's going to be, but he fits the mold I just said.
Jalen Hurts, Henry Ruggs, Keanu Neal, Matthew Stafford. Keanu Neal, he's a guy that he got a lot of tackles in Atlanta last year. Now coming over to the Dallas defense, and they're talking about playing him more at a linebacker-ish kind of a position. That what did we call that? The hybrid position.
Oh, Joker.
The Joker. That's right, that Joker role. I think he's another quality pick for Adam Black. Matthew Stafford goes to Robert Johnson, and then Adam takes Trey Hendrickson.
Which is a good pick.
All of my other Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been picked, so Levante David, welcome to the team.
To Team Hot Zebra Garbage.
Oh, stop that. I like my team. Thank you very much.
You always do.
Of course I do. Except for yesterday. That whole thing yesterday, not good.
I just looked at your team.
What? Because I'm backup running back you?
It's not good.
It is good. I like my team.
That's what matters.
Mm-hmm. That's right. As long as I like my team, that's all that matters. You just can't be nice to me, can you?
No.
Trey Lance, Ryan Tannehill, Jarvis Landry, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah comes off the way. Once again, Kevin Vick, hell of a job today.
I do like Kevin Vick's team.
I mean, the wide receivers to me are the weakest part of the team. But there's still time to make that up. Mm-hmm. So at this point in your draft, what do you where do you go from here? Are you good on your defensive players? Do you have to bolster up your offense now that everybody's focusing mainly on the defensive players?
There are a handful of offensive guys that I will prioritize that if they're on the board, I'll take them.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Thomas just fell too far. I was the last guy to take a tight end, I think. I don't think there's another team in this league that waited longer than I did. And he had just fallen too far. Some teams, as soon as I saw a team take a second tight end, I went, yeah, it's my turn to. Oh, no, there's one team that hadn't. Michael Whiteside still has not taken a tight end. So I was the 11th team to take a tight end, which I'm fine with.
To me, it's gone too far on Chandler Jones.
He was a guy I would have looked at with my.
Again, I'm going to look for the edge guy. Look for a guy who gets a lot of tackles, somebody who's going to get after the quarterback as well. Obviously, bonus points on the sacks and forced fumbles as well. Chandler Jones is pretty good at that. So we've had Landon Collins, Patrick Surtain, which again, I'd warn against cornerbacks, rookie cornerbacks especially in IDP leagues. I think it's one of those things you're drafted more for the name than you are for what's actually going to be put out onto the field. Do you expect Patrick Surtain's going to have a whole lot of tackles this year? Or that he's going to come in and immediately have the best rookie season anybody's ever had intercepting the football? Kenyon Drake, Hunter Henry, Chandler Jones, Nyheim Hines, Leonard Fournette, Keith Murray. What?
Keith Murray.
Is that?
It's Kenneth Murray.
Is that what I said? Did I say Keith? I meant to say Kenneth. Devin Singletary, James Conner, Quinnen Williams. You had to get a jet. You had to just get one.
He's a pass rushing defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. So I get the beauty of the tackles with the pass rush. And now he's in a 4-3 as opposed to played on the outside in a 3-4. Yep, I believe I will.
Rob Gronkowski, Jamin Davis. I've heard a lot of hype about him in camp as well. Do you think we were wrong on Jamin Davis for crushing that pick on draft night?
No. You're never going to hear me go, I was wrong before the guy plays a fucking snap. Right. That's never going to happen. But if you hear, I'll put it this way, if you're hearing bad things about a draft pick right now, that guy sucks.
Like Kadarius Toney?
That was actually the very one I was thinking about.
Of course, have the criticisms of him, though, they haven't really been
he's a head
talent
case.
Related.
He's a head case.
Yeah, it's been all just goofball shit.
Yeah, he's a head case. He's getting bad advice. He's not on the field, which is terrifying. You never want to see rookies that aren't on the field at this point. Mm-hmm.
So Jamin Davis started out the 16th round. Miles Jack, Evan Ingram, Sam Hubbard, Marquise Brown, Elijah Moore, and then Chris Jones, the defensive tackle, comes off to Adam at the 7th pick in the 16th round, pick. Which brings it back to moi. Are you all right? What's going on? Carson Wentz. 16th round for Carson Wentz. To me, that's just too much value there. Kenny Gainwell comes off next. Then Michael Gallup goes to Hot Zach's mom. To me, that's pretty low on Michael Gallup, but there again, a lot of hopes for Amari Cooper and for CeeDee Lamb. Baker Mayfield goes to Jason Trump. I think he just took that one so you'd be angry at him. Jason Pierre-Paul, good pick. Once again by Michael Vick. Jason Pierre-Paul. Huh?
You're fucking struggling with first names.
Did I say
today.
Michael Vick
You
again?
did.
That's the second time in 2 days I've called him Michael Vick.
Yeah. Your first names are not your friend today.
They're not. They're
Good
not.
God.
Should I just start calling everybody by their last names?
It's going to be the sports tank with Jimmy Greene here.
Jimmy
Good
Greene.
Lord.
It's one of them days, man. One of them days. Jason Pierre-Paul actually was the #1 defensive lineman in fantasy football IDP scoring last year.
Depends on your scoring. Jason Trump asked, how does IDP work with things like Khalil Mack that's listed as D lineman and linebacker? So it's multiple position flexibility. You can play them at either one. So the objective would be to get defensive guys that are listed as defensive linemen that actually play linebacker. Guys that I could see being really good this year that fit that are like Josh Allen of the Jaguars.
Oh, please.
I like him better in this system than I liked him with. Now you got the name thing's fucking with me. I can see his stupid face. The guy that got fired in Jacksonville, Doug Marrone. Old Doug Moron.
Who's working at a Walmart now.
Yes. Patrick Holt said the sports tank with Joshua Greene and Frank Spencer.
Yeah.
That's market.
Devontae Parker, Adam Troutman, Darnell Mooney. That's right. Yeah. Amon St. Brown. I had to go with Romeo Okwara. In the 17th round, I mean, again, you want great players on bad teams because they're going to be the stat accumulators. He's a guy that gets around the edge a lot, creates a lot of havoc. Kirk Cousins came off to Adam Harris. Cole Kmet, Jonnu Smith, Cole Holcomb. I had to look that one up. Terrace Marshall, Hunter Smith, and then Zach Wilson.
Hunter Smith. Harrison Smith.
Good God. It just ain't my day.
We only got 2 rounds left.
It ain't my day with names today.
Good hell. Segment producer Michael Vick.
Yep.
Jesus.
Excuse me. Chuba Hubbard starts off the 18th round. Now comes the discussion, has anybody drafted defensive players to put on your bench? Because I see people do that over and over and over again, and that's a bad idea. You don't need more defensive players than you already have. You get up to a bye week and you've got, say you've got Aaron Donald on your team, you really don't want to let him go. You come up to the bye week, you can drop somebody on your team that, you know, an offensive player that's not doing anything, just so you don't have to get rid of that guy. You can, streaming defensive players is very, very easy. And you're going to find that the guys that you draft, you might, 2 weeks into the season, only have 2 of them left. Because you also get into playing the matchups. Who's got the best? You didn't realize, oh, so-and-so's got a really tough schedule. I wouldn't do it. All right, there I go talking about cornerbacks, and I take Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, he had gone. It was
way too far for Jalen Ramsey to fall down to the 8th pick in the 18th round. And there goes the last need that we needed.
He has to go in every draft.
Kadarius Toney has to be drafted by somebody. I think Michael Whitesides
that one was
the one
computer.
Yeah, the computer did
it.
That's what I was going to say. I think Michael Whitesides ticked off that he didn't get to do it this time.
The last need that we needed.
Kadarius Toney going before Mike Williams is idiotic, in my opinion.
Is it, though?
He's got a way better quarterback. I get that there's injury concern there, but to me, that's ridiculous.
I'm okay with it.
I really can't. I can't get down with thinking that Kadarius Toney is going to be better than Mike Williams this year. You know, I thought there was going to be a chance that I might draft Randall Cobb, but I don't think I'm going to get there. I was going to try to shoehorn him in just for the news aspect of it today to, say, you see, Randall Cobb he's got actual fantasy value. But I'm looking at the list here, and I really can't see a whole lot of guys. I see a whole lot of guys that I would much rather have than Randall Cobb. He's going to come in and no doubt be a go-to for Aaron Rodgers.
He's the 2. No doubt he's the 2. It hurts Robert Tonyan for me. Mm-hmm. It hurts Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Lazard.
It hurts Alan Lazard. I'll be honest with you, in a way, it hurts Aaron Jones. I see a path where that's not great news for Aaron Jones either. Mm-hmm. JLT Money took Doug Martin.
Is he even on a roster?
No, he hasn't been in years.
Jesus.
Hell, he's almost eligible for the Hall of Fame. It's been that long since he was on the team.
It's only been 2 years. It's only been 2 years since he was released by the Raiders. It says so on the news here.
When was the last time he had a carry?
Let's see here. 2018.
That's 3 years ago.
The end of the 2018 season.
No, 2019, 2020, 2021. This will be the 3rd year he has not been on the field.
Yes. But the story was
I
posted
just took
2
Matt
years
Ryan
ago.
with the next last pick in this draft, and that makes me giggle a lot.
Ridiculous.
That makes me giggle a lot. Mr. Irrelevant to Michael Whiteside. So we've learned something today.
Hardman?
IDP is a fun way to do your league. It is not great for web content.
No.
We had to find a 5th one. We couldn't do auction today because that's Adam Black's. That was his choice. Couldn't do it today. Plus, it's Wednesday. We got other shit going on.
That's right.
You know what? At the end of the day, we may have just mailed it in today. Yeah,
It is what it is.
Mecole Hardman was Mr. Irrelevant.
Which is a great pick.
Yeah.
I almost said that. Will he go with Mecole Hardman as the last guy? And he did.
It's fantastic.
Good job. I went with Antonio Brown as my last pick. I feel pretty good about that. I got a lot of high hopes for him this year, having a full season with Tom Brady. Anyhow, all right, do we want to go through the teams? Analyzing rosters?
We'll post them up on Facebook later.
Okay.
It's 19-man roster, so that gets real deep.
I was going to say, that's how we ended it yesterday with the best ball draft, so I just wanted to ask if that was the path we were going down next.
The auction tomorrow, by the way, will be limited to the starters. You'll have 2 bench spots, so if you want to stack your bench up, you'll only have like 10 spots to fill. Okay. If not, an auction could literally take half the day. Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to fill if you want to add, and then we'll fill in rosters later. We'll run the whole draft, but for the show itself, we will only have 10 rounds.
Oh, I can't wait for those 3-second bidding wars. That's the one thing I hate about auction drafts. Is you go wait till it gets to 3 seconds and then $1 more.
Yeah, I'm the king of that.
Yeah, and auction drafts are also the most profane drafts of any of them.
Oh, 100%.
So it could be a lot of fun.
That'll be the most involved. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. We got the NBA draft tomorrow night. We have no ESPN Radio show tomorrow, so I will literally be in the studio all damn day. And by all damn day, I mean I will probably leave at about 3 to go take a 2-hour nap. Yeah. And I will come back, and I will have been here all damn day.
Right. It's going to be a big day tomorrow.
Adam Harris is claiming he won this draft. I want to...
Adam Harris?
And you know what? I don't 100% disagree with him. Good God. Yeah, I forgot he got Darrell Henderson in the 11th round. Yeah, he probably did win that draft. Don't love your DBs, but it's fine.
Yeah, again, defensive players are streamable. He did the right thing. Make sure that the offense is intact. Anyhow, we'll be posting up stuff about the rosters from the IDP mock draft. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did bringing it to you.
The auction's going to be very profane. I will have information about the Manscaped draft. If you're in it and can't make it, just let me know. It will be online too, but it'll be on the board at the social. We're going to record it and all of those things. Mm-hmm. So it's looking like that's going to be a 16-man league, from the best of what I can tell.
Yeah.
I've got 12 definitives in as we speak. So.
Don't forget that the Sportsocracy support for the Sportsocracy is brought to you by Manscaped. They are the world champions of men's below-the-waist grooming. They have the precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. The Lawnmower 4.0, the fourth-generation trimmer from Manscaped. It's available right now, and you can get in on the action. Save 20% on your entire purchase. Get free worldwide shipping by using our promo code Sportsocracy at manscaped.com. It is definitely on the cutting edge of all of the razors out there that you can use to spruce up your manhood, please the ladies. Nobody likes to see your lawn all amiss. Take care of that with the Lawnmower 4.0. They also have the Weed Whacker available that you can get the nose hairs and the ear hairs and all of that. That's as I get older and my hair starts disappearing from my head, it starts sprouting out the ears. Well, you know what I mean.
Starts?
Okay, gets worse. Would you like to?
I was about to say, I feel like that download's about complete. You're at 92% complete there. You're almost to the point you can shut that bitch down.
But you don't want to use the same razor on your special parts that you use on your face. There could be cross-contamination there, and that's never a good thing. And, of course, the Lawnmower 4.0 has the advanced skin-safe technology that will keep you from any mishaps when it's me time in the bathroom.
It's the best way to keep your bits and pieces from being in bits and pieces.
Use the promo code Sportsocracy at manscaped.com today. Save 20% on your entire purchase and free worldwide shipping. I'm Tex Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. We'll see you this afternoon on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Kickoff of the More Than a Badge campaign today, Chief Zach.
That's right. Asheville Police Chief David Zach, and as well as Jeremy's final NBA mock draft. No afternoon show tomorrow on ESPN Asheville, and tomorrow morning will be the mock draft, the auction draft here. So, mock draft of the NBA coming up this afternoon on ESPN Asheville. 3 to 5 every weekday afternoon, heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. We are always live in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. We'll see you this afternoon.